Hi everyone, welcome to this edition of the broadcast where we give you bite-sized bits of best practices to help you be a better leader and a more effective communicator. Earlier this week on social media, here on the broadcast, we asked this question and we asked for your professional opinion. The question is, what's the best way to get to know your local reporters? This can be print, radio, TV, web. How do you get to know these folks? We had some interesting opinions, some differing points of view. Here are a few of them. Margaret says, treat them professionally and meet with them over coffee. Here's the problem I have with that thought. It's tough to get a reporter to sit down. I was a TV reporter for 15 years, and before that I did a bit of print and a bit of radio. I never had any time in my day to meet with anyone. People would try this on me all the time. They would ask me to come visit, see their place. No, I never had time, and I'm finding it's harder than ever before to do that. So if you can pull that off, great, but I've never had the opportunity to do that when I was a reporter. Andy says, be respectful of relationships. She says it's critical. She says a good reporter, though, will always be skeptical of your angle. Hence, Andy says to build a good relationship, show that you can deliver substance in a news story rather than delivering fluff that furthers your agenda. And I like that one a whole lot. I always respected people who have real news and not publicity. Whenever someone would approach me to cover a story that was very self-centered, that was full of publicity and fluff, I would offer to transfer them to the sales department because they can help advertise your business. The news department usually is covering controversy unless there's something that is just heartwarming to the whole world. Your ribbon cutting is not heartwarming to the whole world. Catherine says, if your local reporter covers your industry, then you already have something in common. Hence, you can serve as a source and a resource. This is a really smart idea. Be a resource for the topic. Give them tips. Tell them who to call. If there's a story that's not even about your company, feel free to reach out to the reporter and say, here's a good angle, an inside angle that you might be aware of. It's important to remember the 3-to-1 rule. Give, 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 then ask. Let me say that again. Give, give, give. So give 3 tips for 3 different stories before you ever ask for coverage on your own story. Paige said regarding the one-on-one coffees, she, like me, has noticed that reporters don't have time for coffee. So Paige is suggesting that you try to meet with the general manager or an editor or a news director, someone who is always in the office all day long. Your chances of meeting with them are much better than trying to meet with someone who's out working. And Joe had a great idea. Joe says most reporters are actively involved with some sort of a charitable event. You'll often see them doing publicity pieces for certain charities that they're associated with. You need to find those charities and attend those charities. And let me take this a step further. Stalk these reporters. Know their wants, needs, and desires. Follow them on social media. See what they talk about. If they're an animal rights activist, if they're just passionate about the SPCA, go get involved with the SPCA. A lot of them have children. Where do their kids go to school? Knowing where they go to school, and one of you in your company probably has a child in the same school, that's a great way to build a relationship when you're not trying to get publicity. Churches are a great place. Health clubs are outstanding. When I was a reporter, I got many of my very best tips in the health club in the morning when I used to go work out at 5:30 in the morning before I ever went into the office. So get to know them. Get to know their personality. Get to know their wants, needs, desires, and likes. And then be a stalker and kind of plug in there so that you can build what will eventually become a wholesome relationship and a sincere relationship, and not one that's one-sided where you're pretending to be their friend just to get positive news coverage. I hope this helps you in your media relations. We'll have another question for you next week on the broadcast. For the broadcast, I'm Jarrett Broad.